This is Matthias from the German thrash metal band Space Chaser, and you are listening to J0KeR's Electric Circus at Metal Messiah Radio.
Alright, what's happening, my metal friends from all over the world? It's interview time here at Metal Messiah Radio. I got a special guest on the line with me tonight. We got Matthias Scheuerer, drummer of German thrash metal band Space Chaser. Space Chaser are a thrash metal band from Berlin, Germany, heavily influenced by classic American metal in the vein of Old Exodus, Slayer, Anthrax, or Overkill, fronted by their screaming Madman Siggi, who ranges from high-pitched Dickinson-like melodies to hyper-aggressive shouted vocals. These guys are always ready to raid your town and start a fucking thrash party. Their newest release is called Give Us Life. It was released July the 16th, 2021 via Metal Blade Records. Lyrical themes for Space Chaser are aliens, zombies, alcohol, science fiction, futuristic, dystopia, and many other subjects. Welcome to the Electric Circus radio show here at Metal Messiah Radio. Matthias Scheuerer, drummer of thrash metal band from Germany, Space Chaser. How are you doing, brother?
Hi. I'm pretty fine. Thanks for having me. Guy. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you on. Please tell us about the band's lineup. Who are the current members of your band, Space Chaser, as of now?
We have a steady lineup for almost 10 years now. It's me on drums, of course. Then you have Siegfried on vocals. He is the heart of our band because his voice is so distinctive. Then you have Leo on the guitars, Martin, the second guitarist, and you have Basti on bass. And we've been in that lineup for, almost 10 years, since our first EP, the Decathlon EP.
So tell us about the beginning of Space Chaser, and how did you choose the name Space Chaser? Were there other names considered in your brainstorming coming up with band names?
Actually, no. It was the first name. And we were not named after the video game. We just later found out that there is a video game of the same name, but we only thought Space Chaser sounds like speed thrash or what have you, and so we went with that. There was no other. There was another band before Space Chaser that was called Tracer. But it was only Leo and with some other guys. So from that, he went on and formed Space Chaser with Basti and Martin. And Siggi and I joined them later in the game.
Awesome. So please tell us about the newest offering, Give Us Life. It releases July the 16th, 2021 via Metal Blade Records. What was the process like on developing this album and recording and developing the songs, and which studio did you guys use to record it in, and how long did it take?
All right. It was, we started right after the split LP with Distillator, writing new material for the next album, but by the end of 2019, we realized we weren't too happy with what we've done so far. We just didn't like the songs that we've written too much, so we decided in the beginning of 2020, it must have been, we decided to scratch it all and just start again, all over again. And it was a ballsy move, I think, and we were a bit scared that this might take it a bit too far, but in the end it paid off. I think the material that we wrote then is way stronger and way better than everything we had before. So all in all, it took us, let's say, a good year to write this album, as it is, as you can hear it now. Of course, Corona did us a favor because it all came to a halt. We didn't have to tour, and I had a lot less work than before, so I had enough time to, to spend in the shed and just write new stuff with the other guys. So that was kind of a lucky break for us, I guess. And yeah, we started, like I said, by the end of 2019, beginning 2020. And in December 2020, we were ready to hit the studio. And this took not too long, like 2 or 3 weeks, we were all done.
I know you guys are writing about aliens, space aliens, and that subject and everything. What are some of the topics you still cover, or are you covering in the songs on the new offering?
Well, it's mostly sci-fi, of course, because we're all huge sci-fi fans, and so all our themes are. It could be like on Juggernaut, where you have the theme of this ancient fortress, this giant tank that is roaming a planet and is just killing everything in its way. Or that's more the fun topic, but we also have almost serious topics like on Give Us Life itself, which is about the birth and death cycle, right? But on a more cosmic scale, when you have a star that sheds its hull and collapses into a white dwarf, and not too long after that will perish and devours all life in its way. And if it goes supernova, it explodes and spreads all the elements needed to create life, and the whole process begins anew. So that's a pretty epic theme, I think, for a thrash metal song.
Yeah, we love the thrash metal bands with the sci-fi theme and the music and everything. Bands like Destruction, who is also from your country, and Gamma Bomb, bands like that. I think it's very cool, and I love the themes that you cover in some of your songs.
Yeah, it's fun to think about. Actually, I think everything has been said about politics so far in thrash metal. So we just thought we have this sci-fi themes going for us, and it fits the band name very well. But we also have our fun songs, the party themes, if you will, the typical thrash things like Army of Awesomeness, or even Antidote to Order is a bit of this thrash metal party theme, where we like to, it's more of a love letter to our fans, probably.
You guys, a Space Chaser in the past, have put out humor videos. Speaking about the brotherhood that you have in the band, do you play pranks on each other when the cameras aren't rolling outside of recording? Yeah.
Yeah. We have pranks. Sure. Then for example, our singer always gets wasted on tour, of course, and then he, of course, sleeps in the van the entire time. We are awake and driving and getting from A to B. And then at one point we just started taking pictures of him and uploading it on his own. We made a Facebook page about it, The Sleeping Beauty, and we uploaded the pictures of him sleeping. And you always would find out the next day that we again, really, that these kind of pranks.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about your band, Space Chaser, is one thing I love about the band is your humor and everything and making those video clips. Awesome.
Yeah, we can be a bit of a goofball sometimes.
How important is the humor element in the band? As you know, there are a great number of thrash metal bands out there that only take their music very seriously, but lyrics as well.
Mm. Well, I think it's a big part of what makes us of what makes us Space Chaser. I think because already in the name you can tell that we're not taking ourselves too seriously. I mean, we're taking ourselves, I think, more seriously than a lot of people think. Mm-hmm. But we always have the fun elements. As you can, like you mentioned already, you can probably tell from our videos that, yeah, we're not the super serious kind of guys. It's always, we're always trying to have a good time whenever we're on stage, and yeah, that should translate into the music, I think.
Switching gears here, who did the cover art for the newest album, Give Us Life, and who did all your other releases, the cover arts? Is it the same person?
No, we had different people working for us. This time it was Mario Lopez again, who also did the cover artwork for the Split record with Distillator in 2018. But on Dead Sun Rising, for example, we had our friend Sebastian working on our cover artwork. He always does our T-shirt artworks, and this time we had him doing the album cover. But he's not the cover guy, and not because we always want full color, and this epic, detail rich artworks, and that was just too much work for him. So he asked us if we could find somebody else for the next album, and so we decided to go back to Mario Lopez. And I think it was a great decision. He did a great job with this cover artwork.
Yeah, that new cover art really pops. I really love it, and the colors in it and everything. Awesome, and it fits the album very well.
Yeah, I think so too. Thank you.
You're welcome. You guys, Space Chaser, had the official video, Remnants of Technology, already out. It's the single. Tell us about it and the location of the video, who produced it, who directed it, how long did it take to shoot it. Siggi, your vocally sounds a lot like Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden fame. Siggi, he is a sick, powerful vocalist. Tell us about it.
Oh yeah, Siggi really is. Like you said, he has this voice. He can sound like sweet like Bruce Dickinson, and he has the same power when he wants to be melodic, but he also can sound really pissed off and angry. Sometimes like a mix between I think between Bobby Blitz and Tom Araya sometimes, and he can switch back and forth between those two voices, which is I think the best thing ever. That's our secret weapon. Well, not so secret probably, but yeah, he really is a great frontman, and we are glad to have him. Yeah, he's really special, and I think he knows it. But yeah, and we're glad that he really doesn't. He never has the urge to work with other bands. He always wants to be just with Space Chaser. That's a really great thing. But yeah, he sticks with us. Yeah, the video. Okay, it was directed by Lucas, who he calls himself Feed. Mm-hmm. He did all our videos so far, and we have worked with him since 2015, I think. when we shot our first video for Skate Metal Punk. No, for Waste Crawler actually, from our first album. That was the first time we worked with him. And yeah, he knows us perfectly well, and so it was clear that we go to him again for that album. And this time we thought to make it a little bit more ambitious. We had this idea for that video lying around for a couple of years now. Mm-hmm. We always had this fantasy about a video in this cantina style setting where we get beamed from Earth to that place. And so, but until now, it always was too expensive to shoot that, and we never could, because all the people you need for that, they have real jobs because they are real artists in the film industry, and we never could afford to pay them their full salary, so it never happened. And again, due to the pandemic, they all were out of jobs. They had nothing to do. And when we came around saying, yeah, let's make a video, Lucas contacted all of his friends, like pitched his idea again and showed them the script, and everybody was on fire and just wanted to be a part of that. And it got bigger and bigger and more crazy by the minute. Really, it was super stressful to do all that, but it was totally worth it. And everybody worked basically for free because they had nothing to do anyway. And they said, like, okay, fuck it, before I sit around, I just can do something fun and be busy that way. And everybody has something to show, because I think that's a good video for everyone for his career or for her career. So yeah, when it all, it was months of planning and really a lot of work to get all this together. And we lost 8 days before we started shooting. We lost our location. Our location canceled on us 8 days before we started. It was such a bummer. We really thought that this was the end of it. And a couple of days before we actually started shooting, we found another location. But the bad part was the old location was a bar that looked like we thought the cantina that we wanted to play in could look like. So we wouldn't have to build something. And the new place, however, that was just a basement, an empty basement. Mm-hmm. And we had to build it all. So we had a couple of, two different teams of set builders working for almost a week, building a bar as well as the walls. Everything you see in this video, we built it. And that was the craziest part about that, because, that was we had to decide really quick, like, okay, can we do that? And we just said, like, okay, fuck it, yeah, somehow we'll make it work. It worked beautifully.
I love the humor in it. What is it about it close to the end of the video when the girl's playing the guitar and she breaks a string? I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was, right? That's the perfect ending for that video, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
That was actually the daughter of one of the guys from the production company. She and her friends, you see in the video, you see this little Javas running around and bringing drinks to the table. And that was her and her friends. And they just liked it to be on set and be filmed and everything. And so they asked her if she wants to play another role. And she totally was into it, so she got the last act, if you will. It just rounds up the video perfectly.
Okay, Matthias, next I'm going to play a new track off the new album, Give Us Life by Space Chaser.
All right.
Let's spin Remnants of Technology, which we just talked about the video here on the Electric Circus at Metal Messiah Radio, and we will be right back with Matthias Scheuerer, drummer of German thrash metal band Space Chaser. Crank it up. Enjoy. Okay, my metal friends from all over the world, we're back here on Metal Messiah Radio, the Electric Circus. Let's talk about Metal Blade Records, Matthias. Metal Blade Record, were they the only label showed interest in signing Space Chaser, or were there other labels that made decent offers? And why did you go with Metal Blade Records, and what makes you think that they work great for you guys?
No, there were no other offers. It was completely out of the blue. A friend of ours, who's now our booking agent, told us she's friends with the guy in Metal Blade, and so we jokingly asked her to, ask him if they want to sign us. If the pandemic just broke out and we thought no way they're gonna sign us now. But we just thought asking couldn't hurt. So he said, like, yeah, I know those guys. And it turns out he saw us live a couple of times. So yeah, we had a Skype meeting, and we were like, are we doing this? And he was like, yeah, I have to hear something from you guys, of course. Some new songs. I want to know what you're doing now. So we quickly recorded 4 songs that we had ready by that time and sent it to him, and they loved it. So yeah, that worked out for us, which is mind-blowing if you ask me. But
awesome.
Yeah, we were all glad. To be honest, Metal Blade would have been our first choice if we had a choice at all. That always was our favorite label.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too, and I've interviewed a lot of bands on that label, like Vulture recently from Germany and everything. I think they do amazing work and everything, especially in promotions, promoting the thrash metal bands. I love the label.
Yeah, I really love their stuff too, and I'm glad they really help you when they sign you. It's not just the basic treatment. They really care about their bands, and they work a lot for you, which is really awesome for a label of that size. That's just really crazy. And I'm yeah. The 14-year-old me is really excited about that we are on Metal Blade now.
Awesome, and I'm glad you're with Metal Blade Records, and I'd like to thank Nikki over there for making this interview possible with you here tonight.
Yeah, that's really good. Thanks for hooking us up, Nikki.
Absolutely. Okay, let's go back to 2020. Space Chaser did the Capitron EP. It was a remix of some of your older songs last year, released October the 23rd, 2020. Tell us about it, and why did you want to do a remix EP, which I think it's amazing.
Oh, yeah, thank you. That was also a project I had planned for a long time. Our first EP, the Decapitron EP, we recorded it in our basement and released it as a CD only. We pressed, I think, 300 or 500 CDs. That was 2013, and we sold it on our shows, and it sold out pretty fast. So after Dead Sun Rising came out, a lot of people asked us, like, hey, I want this EP, how can I get it? I'm like, I don't know, we don't have any. So we thought re-releasing it on vinyl for the first time, and just to make it available again would be a good idea.
Absolutely.
And then we had tons of problems, like the artwork was made for a CD, and you couldn't blow it up to 12-inch size without it making look shitty. So we had to think about, okay, what we do now. So we had Sebastian again doing the cover artwork, which he at first refused, and the guy from our label back then, this Charming Man Records, he pursued him, and at one point he just like, okay, fuck it, let's do it. So we had that then, and then we had to remix the whole thing, and thank God our guy at Hidden Planet Studios, Jan, who also did our new album, he still had the recordings lying around, and he could, salvage it and remix it and make it sound a little bit better than it did before. And I'm really happy we did, because it's like you said, I too think the songs are really good, and the new sound and the remix make them shine a little bit more.
Right. Great stuff with that EP. Please tell us about the music scene coming up for you in Germany, and how has the reception been locally in Germany and throughout the world through the band's history?
Well, it was kind of a mixed bag, I think. When you start out, you have it's hard to get a lot of attention in the metal scene. I think it's you have most of the people worship the old bands, and as a new band, you always kind of you have to work really hard to get their attention and their respect, which is, I appreciate that because it makes you work harder. But we also got a lot of praise from outside of the metal scene, like in the skateboard and scenes like that, like who are kind of related to metal, but not exclusively, which was pretty fun. We played like skate contests and stuff like that, which is, I think, a very thrash metal thing to do, but nowadays it isn't anymore too much. And yeah, worldwide, it's the first time for us that we get worldwide attention. We had some fans in the States, like yourselves. A couple of people knew about it, but not too many. It being on an indie label and whatnot, it was really not that much. And I'm glad we finally get to play for a bigger audience. And I really hope that we can tour outside of Germany a little bit more in the future. Maybe come to the States. We have a lot of people writing us all the time, like, you gotta come to the States. But for us, we cannot just go to the States. There must be some sort of a booking behind this. We can't do it next year.
I know recently you guys did a live feed on Facebook Live recently. Tell us about that, and why did you want to do the Facebook Live concert that you did recently?
That was one of those support things to, you play for that club and people donate money in order to save that club. And so we teamed up with Indian Nightmare, also a great band from Berlin. I don't know if you ever heard of them. Great like metal punk band from Berlin. And we played this show which went very well, and a lot of people donated for the club, and I'm glad we did that. It was I wouldn't go as far to call it charity work. It's just, I think you have to do everything to save the venues that you need as a band to exist, right? So that's what this was all about.
So that was very helpful and for a great cause.
Yes, absolutely.
How did you get started in the beginning, Matthias? How did you get started? Who made you want to be a drummer? Who are some of your drummer influences you look up to and you were so eye-in that made you want to say, yeah, I want to be a drummer. That's what I want to do.
When I first heard Manowar Battle Hymns, Donny Hamsick playing, he made me pick up the sticks for the first time. I always wanted to sound like him. I thought, this is crazy. I want to do that when I was a kid. And then, of course, not long, and I heard Slayer. And yeah, what better influences can you have than Dave Lombardo, right?
Right.
So yeah, those were my first influences, and we also had a TV show. It was called Super Drumming, and it was hosted by Pete York. It was this English jazz drummer. I don't know if you heard of him. And I always saw that as a kid, and that was my first contact with, serious drumming. And I knew, I didn't understand the music because I was not exposed to jazz at all, but I thought this is so great, and I always wanted to learn it. So I think besides Manowar and Dave Lombardo, it always also was this TV show, Super Drumming, that made me learn drums.
Very interesting. What can you tell us about your drum kit? What brand do you use, and why do you love that brand of drum kit so much?
I used I was endorsed by a little Swiss company, LB Drums,
Mm-hmm.
so far. But I now joined the Yamaha roster, and I'm a Yamaha artist now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Yamaha makes the best drum kits. They really have a lot of different styles, but they also make great metal drum kits. I love the sound that this absolute hybrid maple that I'm playing soon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, they have a lot of the great artists, Paul Bostaph, and the Machine Head drummer, ex-Machine Head is with Sacred right now, and also Max Cavalera. No, not Max. I'm with Yamaha now, and I'm super happy those guys took me into their roster, because it's a great drum kit, perfect metal, thrash metal sound.
Awesome, and we love your drumming.
I love to have that.
What is your favorite part about being in the band Space Chaser?
Well, that's an interesting question. I think the best part is that we get to make the music that I always loved so much.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, I always wanted to be in a thrash metal band, but it never had happened for me, and I never thought that in 2011, when I joined the guys, I never thought that I would become a thrash drummer again at a rather old age, or a little bit older than I thought I would be. Yeah, the best part is, you know, traveling, turning around, making thrash metal for crazy kids, meeting all these great guys and girls everywhere, and just, you know, be able to play whatever the music that you like so much, and not waste time with bands that you're probably not so much into. That's a real blessing.
Do you have any shows lined up after the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown ends? Any upcoming shows or streaming shows, stuff like that?
Yeah, we don't want to do streaming shows anymore, because we feel that ship has sailed for some reason. I don't think that works too well. But we never say no. Maybe might be coming something up. We got a tour booked in March 21, and we really hope that by that time you can have club shows again. And right now we have some stuff lined up. Like, we're going to Russia in July, playing a big festival, the Big Guns Festival. It's like 100 kilometers outside of Moscow, I think. That's something that we're really looking forward to. And there's also a couple of shows, but it's not certain that those shows will happen. You know, anytime if the numbers go up again, the shows are canceled. That's just the risk that you have to live with nowadays, I think. We will see. I hope this all. You guys are doing fine, right? Are you having shows again?
Yeah, everything is opening up back here, slowly but surely here and everything. There's a lot of bands that's doing touring and going to arenas and stuff right now.
Yeah. Okay. I really hope that that the vaccinations are picking up now, and that we can go back to normal soon as well. That would be nice.
Yeah, because a lot of people are getting the vaccine and everything now. It's spreading out more to different countries and everything. Hopefully soon everybody
Yes.
gets their 2 shots and everything, the vaccination, and life can go back to normal again, where bands can play and tour and
Yeah.
do the metal festivals also.
Yeah, exactly. Those things need to happen again, man. Give us life, right?
Right, exactly.
Uh,
Please
give
discuss
us our
how you
life back.
interact and respond to the fans in social media. How has the reaction been so far with the new single from the album, Give Us Life?
Overwhelming. It was really almost exceptionally, almost without exception, positively. It was really, seems that everybody loved it. Our fans so far, not a single person that made a bad comment about all that. Everybody loved the song. Everybody loved the video, and we gained a huge new audience, especially in the States. When we have a lot of new fans from the States, which is also really, really awesome, because that's where we want to go. That's where thrash metal comes from, right? So we need to work a little bit more in that direction, and maybe one day we can tour over there. Yeah, it was the reception was great, way better than we had hoped for.
And it seems hearing the new material and everything, you guys keep improving and getting better and better each time you come out with something new. I think it's totally awesome, brother.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We don't want to, stagnate. We just need to become always be better than we were before. Although I have to say, right now I'm pretty happy where we are. I think that for now we're really that's a good point in our career, and we really can start working now, I think, with what we have.
Okay, please give a plug on your websites where we can buy music, and tell us about the merchandising that you have available for the fans out there when the album is released.
Yeah, we have our shop, spacechaser.shop. You will find it online, I'm pretty sure, without any problems. We have a bunch of shirts lined up, of course, and we're planning, to do patches and shorts and what have you. So merchandise is the best part. It's the second best part about thrash metal, I think. Right? A great metal shirt is always a good company when you're out and about. We will have a couple of new designs from different artists. I had one made by Busikov, this who does a lot of thrash metal cover artworks, and he did a shirt design for us. And then we have another one lined up. Yeah, you will see. It's gonna be great. We have some killer designs coming up that you can buy online.
Awesome. Are there any plans for a next album in the works, or are you just mainly focusing on the new album for now?
All right. Yeah. Right now we're just super busy with preparing for live shows, and also with the promotion of the new record, of course. And we had a lot of work with our vinyl boxes. We spray painted them ourselves, and we printed them and whatnot. No, so we were really busy. But once the album is out, we definitely go back and work on new material, so we don't have a gap of 5 years again.
Please give shout outs to the fans and maybe a new fan to be. And would you like to say anything further that you haven't been able to point out yet in closing?
I'd like to thank everyone who has been supporting Space Chaser so far, and everyone who just discovered us and takes this time. And I know how there's so many bands out there you can listen to, and it's such a big, great honor that you take your time and listen to our stuff. And if you enjoy it, get in touch. And everybody who ordered a T-shirt, it just we were so blown away by how great you guys have been to us. We're really happy. I just wanted to say thank you to all our fans, and I hope to see you live one day.
Absolutely. It's been an honor and a pleasure having you on tonight's show here at Metal Messiah Radio, the Electric Circus. Thank you, Matthias, for taking your time out of your schedule for doing the interview with us here tonight. And the best of luck to your bandmates of Space Chaser. Keep on thrashing.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. It was an honor.